Hello, and welcome to whatever this is that we're doing. I'm your host, Chief Nosy Bystander. Welcome to Nosy Bystanders Live. We got a lot to go over today. I got coffee. So we're going to be discussing a lot of details. So if you missed some stuff, don't you worry. I got you. I want to first let me send my condolences to the Takeoff family. They're receiving his body this week, so to prepare for his funeral. So let us pray, okay? So we got this. It's touch and go right now, right? Because they're gonna get his body this week. So I just want to give my condolences to them because they're gonna actually see him. Which I know most of you have, and I appreciate that. Also, too, this I wanted to let you guys know this is a subscribers only chat. So the only thing you have to do is subscribe. That's it. It's free of charge. So if you want to leave your comments and tussle, please do. There are no moderators here because I always say that you guys can moderate yourself. You're an adult. I'm not trying to moderate y'all, and y'all don't need other adults telling y'all to smash the like button on the way in or the way out. You don't need people to tell you what to say and what not to say. Say what you want to say. We love even discourse, so we appreciate y'all giving your opinions. Your opinions before we begin and before I start seeing who's in the building, because I know there's a lot of you in the building. We accept all of your opinions. So I know a lot of you are new here, but I want you to know that don't be afraid to say, well, I don't agree with her, so I'm not going to watch. No, watch and tell us why you disagree. We're not here to convince you otherwise. We just want to hear your opinion. The reason why hearing your opinion is important is because here at the Nosy Bystanders, we apply the scientific method to gossip. So if we don't hear from you, then we can't apply your theory as to how you could be correct. It's occurred plenty of times. Some of the OGs in the audience, they're going to tell you. There'll be people in the audience like, Steph, that's not it. I think this is the supposition. And then they're right. So don't be afraid to voice your opinion. All opinions are valid here. There's no one to block you. And I can't block you because I don't know how. Okay. So don't ever be afraid to voice your opinion if it goes against the grain. This is not, and I'm going to repeat myself, this is not a dictatorship. Okay? This is a democracy. Everybody's opinions on this page matters, whether they're agreeance with me or indifference. So, and a lot of people in the chat will tell you that, like Steph, she gonna give it to you raw, but she gonna also want you to give it back. She needs your opinions because it helps build the story. It helps add foundation to the case so we can get closure in most of the stories we cover. So please don't be afraid to leave your comments. Make them, I don't care if they're trifling. I don't care if you cuss me out. Like, look, bitch, just say it. I need you just to say it so we can dissect it. Okay. So don't ever be afraid to feel like you can't come in here and you got to agree with us or you're going to get booted. This ain't that. Okay. If you've had that at other bloggers' live streams, we're not them. Okay. They are on a high horse and they need everyone to agree with them. And that's not how it is here because I'm no leader. I call myself the chief, but that doesn't mean much. Okay. There's no air in that bag. So I need y'all to understand that. Got it? Good. All right. Let's see who's in the building. But now I will tell you, smash the like button on your way in or your way out. Don't be ignorant. Okay. This is from Hey Tamika. Hey, MX DRI, how you doing? Hello, Stephanie. Hello, Nikki. Hello, Adrian. Hello, Kamiko. Hello, Ashlyn. Hey, Ashlyn. Hello, Phyllis. Hello, Ro. Hello, Queen Shell. Hello, Brenna. Hello, Lollipop. Hello, AC. Hello, Shan. Hello, Overcomer. Hello, YNV. Hello, Mrs. Chow. Hello, Yvette. Hello, Brown Delight. How you doing, Brown Delight? I haven't seen you in a while. What's up, Unicorn and Dimples? Also haven't seen you in a while. What's up, Yada? Hello, Porter. Hello, Sean. Hello, Bashful. Hello, Delightful. Hello, Cammy on the go. Where's the tea? Right here. Hello, Kim Johnson. Hello, Chocolate Bay. I don't think I've ever seen you before. Welcome. Hello, Shelly. Hello, Rashida. Hello, Diesel Eats. Hey, Diesel. Hi, R. Virgil. Hello, Miss Monique. How you doing today? Hey, Sherelle. Hey, Anastasia. It's Giving Gabriel. Never seen you before, but I love the name. And welcome. Hello, Tracy. Hello, Lucky Lady. Hello, Taurus Season. Hello, Sheree. How you doing today, girl? Girl, okay. I'm looking at the okay with the hair, girl. That's the big Dallas hair. I love that. Hello, Shay. Hello, is it Diana? Hello, Diana from Facebook. Welcome from Facebook. I love when Facebook joins us because y'all the messiest and we love you. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Facebook is pretty messy. So I welcome y'all. Hello, Facebook. Hello, Krista. Hello, Nanette. Hello, Nanette. How are you? Hello, Sinetta. I hope I'm saying that right. Hello. Hello, Crystal. Hello, Danny. Hello, Cami. Hello. What's up, Keisha? What's up, Yuli? How you doing today? Hello, Ja. How you doing, girl? Jerica. What's up, Jerica? Cherie attitude. Okay. Is that a carnival outfit? That's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. Hello, Chrissy. Hello, Pamela. Hello, Bailey. Hello, Keisha. Hello, Z. Hello, Katrina. Danielle Taylor. Hello. And anybody else I missed? I'm so sorry. Hello. Your lifestylist. Hello, your lifestylist. Hi. Hello, Jackie. Hello, Nina. I hope I'm saying everyone's name correct. And hello. So let's just begin. Let's begin. Okay. So today on today's show of What's Messy, because I did a 5-minute interlog on today's show, The Mess. We're gonna get back into the Takeoff situation, right? So we already know what's going on. Takeoff was, and if you don't know what's going on, let me just start from the beginning. Takeoff and Quavo and a number of their friends went to a private event in Houston, Texas. At that event, they were just having a ball, doing things that people do on their birthday. It occurred at the 810 Billiards and Bowling in Houston, Texas. And around 2:34 a.m., police were called because there were reports of shots being fired. 3 people were injured, 2 with non-life threatening injuries, and 1 who passed away. Okay. So the reason why I say that specifically is because the 2 people with the non-life threatening injuries, the police stated they've already spoken with them and they will be released from the hospital either today or tomorrow, or yesterday or today, right? Because we're working in back in time. So yesterday or today. So those people have are probably out of the hospital now. One of them being a female by the name of Sydney, and we don't know who the other person was. Now we're going to get into the details of the case because we have the press conference and we're going to watch that from Houston Police Departments. We'll get into those details later. But first, I want to discuss Sydney, right? So Sydney is the other individual who was shot at the scene, and her friend had posted on Facebook about her instance. She only made 2. She posted on Twitter about her instance. She only made 2 posts, and let me share my screen with you here about the situation. And then she subsequently deleted her Twitter account. So I don't know how to get into that. I don't know how to reach out to the friend, but this is what she had posted. She said, "Please pray for my friend. She was shot along Takeoff. This is sad. This is sad, y'all." And it's a picture of her in the blue jean and Sydney in the pink. She then posted this image here and says, "Please pull through, Sydney. Rest in power, rest in peace, Takeoff." So those are the only 2 things. We don't know much about her. We don't know, we know she's doing fine because that's according to the police in the hospital. She's already been released from the hospital. So I just hope that we get a little bit of more information and detail about Sydney. But let me get to the comment section. See what y'all got to say. This is from Leah says, "Did you see the video of the girl who called in and spoke about Takeoff incident? She said only Jazz Prince people had guns." Yes, and she's correct. So let me get into that detail. And thank you for that, Aaliyah. Let me get into those details. So I saw the story. The girl's name is Ashley. That's her pseudonym. She said she was at the party and that only Jazz Prince people had guns. Correct. So I reached out to 2 other women who were at the party. Because I want to know how they got invited. And the reason why that's important to know how they had got invited is because I want to see, because if those girls got invited, according to the girl Ashley who made this statement, she said everybody got patted down except for Jazz Prince's people, right? That means that none of the girls are the shooters. So we can just kind of rule them out because she stated we got patted down. So none of us have anything to do with that, right? It's really the men. And I would like to know who the men are. So by figuring out who got invited and how they got invited will help us eliminate some of those characters. Now we've already identified one of the shooters, and I'll pull up his image here. Give me a moment. His name is oh, I forget what his name is, child. what's his name? Migos bands. He's the manager of the current one member of the Migos. This is who he is. He goes by the name of Migos bands. He was identified as one of the shooters yesterday, and we went ahead and broke that story here for you. Shout out to I am Jada JB, who kind of put the dots together for us here at the Nosy Bystanders. But yeah, that was broken by us. Now, I want to make this abundantly clear. I know for a fact, and I've seen the video and I saw that a lot of people sent it to me, that DJ Academics claimed that he had discovered who it was. He's a liar. And he's a known liar. He's a no internet liar. He's a no internet troll. And don't ever believe anything that comes out of DJ Academic's mouth, because he puts his hands on women allegedly. So don't ever believe anything that comes out of that man's breath. Okay. He stated that he discovered it. He broke the story. And he did not. He did not. And we know he didn't because we had been posting on TikTok, literally our burner account. We have a burner account with 1 million likes on it because we just use it for fun. And we covered that story yesterday, sometime around 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. So he's a liar, and don't ever believe anything that comes out of DJ Academic's mouth. I already told you guys about him. He's been an internet troll since I've been an internet troll, and there's no good will ever come to DJ Academics. So, but this is the shooter. This is one of the shooters. Now, when I say shooter, I don't mean that he has inflicted harm on people with his Thule. I'm saying that there is video evidence of him pulling it out and discharging it. So we don't know who or what it hit, but he definitely was there and he definitely had a gun. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so let me get to some more of your comments. What's up, Blaze? How you doing today, girl? This from Tiana says, I read that other people saw that Quavo. I read that the other people was with Quavo, and he was the other person shot Quavo. You're saying Quavo was shot? Is that what you're stating? You said a friend or bodyguard of Quavo was shot. Quavo's assistant. Can you guys, when you're making these statements, can you put them in complete sentences so we know? Just say Quavo's assistant was shot, Quavo was shot, something like that, so we all can follow along. It just helps the audience. YV says Storm Monroe's YouTube channel had the caller Ashley. Interesting. This from Jess said DJ Academics was watching your video, taking notes. He probably was with his old raggedy self. This from Tish Jones says, hey, nosy cousins. Yes, DJ Academics lies. I watched this show where he was doing a live investigation. He's not reliable. He's not reliable or credible in anything. I can't even believe people will sit down and talk to DJ Academics as much as they do. It's weird. This from Jess says DJ Academics was watching. Oh, I read that already. Thank you very much. Maria says, why did the news say an off-duty cop shot someone? That was a different story. So that story is being conflated with this story. Those are two different stories, you guys. So they were correct. An off-duty officer did shoot someone, but not in connection to this story. I hope that helps. Big Vito said Quavo was shot. Is there any reports that you can send us to prove that? Because I have not heard that, and I would like to see that. Thank you. So here's the guy. He's the one who did it. And so he's at least one of the shooters. Now, I want to get into 810, the bowling alley, because 810, this is here. Yes. And I have the news clip from ABC News. 810 had put out a statement and said that, and I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to read the statement that 810 put out, and we're going to get into it because Honey Child is Honey Child. Hold on one second. Yeah. Honey Child. Okay. So let me get some more of your comments, and I'm going to read the statement from ABC News. This is from Tish says, hey, nosy cousin. Yes, DJ. Okay, I read that already. Why am I so behind on reading some of these? Hold on one moment. All right, perfect. There we go. Okay, perfect. All right. Because I'm wondering, I'm like, where's the chat at? The chat wasn't moving. Okay, perfect. This is from Bailey. Bailey says, there's a theory going around that someone from Quavo and Takeoff's side was shooting wild, not aiming, and it hit Takeoff. The theory came along because they believed the headshot came from the back. There has got to be, you know what? And you're right, Bailey. You're right. There's got to be cameras outside of the 810, or at least from the House of Blues. Because if you guys know, if let's use this phone for an example, if this is the corridor, right, and 810 is here, and the House of Blues is here, and then this is a middle empty gap. This is just this thing here is an empty gap, right? This right here. There's got to be cameras on either side. There's got to be cameras on either side. Someone have to have footage of what happened. You understand what I mean? Someone does. Because, and I'm not saying necessarily the party goers, because they all kind of look like they just didn't know what was going on. That's why there's such little footage out. But something had to have seen something, like a camera had to have seen something. Does that make sense? Okay, so let me read this statement, and I'm going to blow it up so you guys can read it as well if you can. If not, just follow along. This is from abcnews.go.com. That's how you cite your sources, because again, here we use scientific method. You got to cite your source, you guys. Always. That's how you don't get sued. It says the bowling alley is a 3-story Houston retail complex with high-end restaurants and a House of Blues, and is near a Four Seasons hotel. Takeoff was pronounced dead at the scene around 2:30 a.m. An Associated Press reporter observed a body loaded into a medical examiner. Shout out to the Associated Press. I don't know if you guys know this, but Associated Press is the oldest publication in the United States. One of the oldest publications here in the United States. They have been reporting since the, I think, late 1700s, early 1800s. The Associated Press, honey. The Associated Press goes far and wide. So the fact that they had a field reporter out there is dope. So it says that the Associated Press reporter observed a body loaded onto a medical examiner's van around 10 a.m., more than 7 hours after the shooting. Security guards in the area heard the shooting, but did not see who did it. A police spokesperson said a person from the 810 billiards and bowling said the shooting took place after the bowling alley closed, and said the business is cooperating with investigators. Now, peep game here. 810 Billiards and Bowling said the shooting took place after the alley closed. Now, we know that's a lie, and because there's a video, obviously I'm not going to show, but in a video, you can see individuals entering the bowling alley after the shooting. So they're lying to the police. And we know that they're lying to the police because here is 810 Billiards hours of operation. What does that say? What's that say? It says 1 a.m. That shooting happened on Monday. 1 a.m. What's that say? That was a setup. And that was a lie. That was a lie. 810 Billiards, you lied, which makes you negligible for that man's death and those people who got shot and those people who had to witness it, because you kept your business open an hour and a half after close of business. You kept your business open an hour and a half after close of business. Which means that you were potentially serving liquor after hours, which is illegal, and you're trying to save your liquor license. You should have never been open past 1 o'clock. As soon as 1 o'clock hit, you should have collected the party goers and told them to exit. You should have got the party organizer and had them pay their tab, and you should have locked your doors. Because had you locked your doors at 1 o'clock, Takeoff would be alive. Takeoff would be alive. I want to make that abundantly clear, you guys. Had they closed at 1 o'clock in the morning, like they said they do, Takeoff would be alive. They're negligent for his death, and they know that. And now they're scrambling. Because if you were closed, then how is there video of people walking in and out of your establishment while there's people laying on the ground sprayed with bullets? It'd be impossible, right? They're not time travelers. I don't think so. I don't think Takeoff and Quavo and all the other party goers have time machines. So you're negligent for that man's death. And girl, they didn't break in. And they didn't break in. They did not break in. Let me get some of your comments here in this comment section. Sean says, in one video, you can hear a girl telling her friends to get inside. You could literally see that too, Sean. And you're absolutely correct. I have the video. For the people, listen, let me just say this. For the people who said that those videos should be deleted off the internet, you look real silly right now because there is a business lying saying that they were closed. And imagine if those videos were never published or even made. Imagine the police would have no idea. The police would have literally no idea, right? That this place was open. It's crazy. It's crazy. He said, wasn't a private party though? Yes. So let's explain what that means, Twin Souls. And hello. So a private party in a business, right? It's not a private party at someone's house. It's a private party at an established business with a liquor license. Does not get to obfuscate liquor laws because the event is private. Do you get what that means? You don't get to just, oh, we're private, so we can stay open at 10 a.m. You don't get to do that with a liquor license. It's even more strict because the event is private. So they don't get to stay open past their hours, according to the state of Texas, because these people decided to pay for the full space. You don't get to do that. So although it's private, it doesn't get them around the liquor license laws. Does that make sense? This from Nicole James says, ooh, you spilling. I've been feeling like all these stories are lies. Get on them, nosy. Listen, a lot of people, listen, they can't do what we do here. All right, let's just be frank. They can't do what we do here. This is from Bailey again. Says, yeah, they probably bent the rules to accommodate those celebrities. Of course they did. I used to work at a restaurant. I used to work at a big restaurant in Cleveland, and we would bend the rules all the time for celebrities. Thank God nothing ever happened, but we definitely did. Definitely. Queen Bee said greedy, straight up. This from Sheena says, they turned the bowling alley into an after hour, as we call it in Texas, so they could continue to party. If the shooting hadn't occurred, they would have stayed open the entire night. You right. You're right. I know about after hour joints. I know that people hate them. My sister has one by her house. Can't stand them. They stay open all hours of the night. No liquor license either. Just open all night. Shootings happen too, and the police just don't care. They just don't care. Just ignorant. This from Sharif says, why filmed the man lying in the pool? Why filmed the man lying in the pool of blood? You'd have to ask the person who filmed it. That's a great question. You would literally have to ask the person who filmed it. I did not film it, so I could not tell you. I did not film it, so I couldn't tell you. So great question, but you're directing it to the wrong audience. You need to direct it to the person who made it. But I feel your sentiments. This from to Abraham says, were they in a mall setting? Yes. So let me pull up this diagram here. Hold on one second. I actually have a diagram of the mall, I think. So you can kind of see what it looks like. It's the best layout I could find. It doesn't seem like most people take a whole lot of pictures there in hindsight. But here, let me pull up the layout of the mall. So this is what the mall looks like from this image. This is from their website. You could actually just get a copy of it. And it's kind of like the middle is like this hangout area, and then it's like this rectangular box, and all the shops are kind of around it. Like imagine like a pool, and all the shops kind of circle around it. So that's kind of how the mall looks. It's a they call it a luxury retail complex. It's a mall. Stop with the word salad, internet people. I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about other people who are like, it's not a mall, it's this. It's high-end luxury. I don't care. If I find a place where I could sit down, buy ice cream and tennis shoes, that's a mall. Honey, that's a mall. Let's stop playing word salads with all this other stuff. It's a mall. This from Jasmine Morris says, why? Because bloggers pay for information like this. You said why? Because bloggers pay for information like this? What was the question? You're saying why? I don't know if your question is directed toward us or someone else. You said off to Rikers. Peace be with you at Rikers Island. This one, Jasmine says, I'm a manager at a casino and we do the same. What do you do at the casino? Can you elaborate for us a little bit so we can get an understanding? Thank you very much. This is from April. What's up, April? And this from Veronica. What's up, Veronica? This is from Melanin Mama says, I had to Google Jay Prince because I have never heard of him before. Child, me too. Before this story, I didn't even heard of him. And no shade to him. I just don't know him. I'm just not a Houston native. This from Cammie says, an outdoor mall downtown. Precisely. Okay, precisely. It's an outdoor mall downtown. Okay. So I want to now kind of pivot a little bit, and I want to watch a little bit of the press conference. Because that's going to be like a little bit important to hear and listen to. So this press conference from yesterday, some of you probably have already seen it, but I want to watch it because I'm going to blind react to it to see like any vital information that comes out of it. So let me share my screen. Here we go. And we're going to watch this press conference. I'm going to blow it up so you guys can see it. If you're just listening in, well, just listen. Okay. And I'm going to fast forward it a couple of frames because I did watch the first like 6 minutes. I'm just going to be full disclosure. I did watch the first 6 minutes. Hold on one second. Okay, perfect. Let me hit play.
And I'm sorry, billiard and bowling alley. From there, we were notified that there was a single male who was shot and pronounced deceased on the scene on the third level just outside the front door. We were also informed that 2 other individuals had reported themselves by personal vehicle to local area hospitals on their own, both of them with non-life-threatening injuries, but a 23-year-old male and a 24-year-old female. Like I said, both of them are going to be okay. And we have spoken and gotten information from them to help us in this investigation. But the officers arriving on the scene, initial statements from employees working at the establishment notified us that there was an incident that occurred after the party had ended. There was a private party that was booked out for the event. And then after that ended, there was a large group of people who gathered at the front door area just outside of the building. And it led to an argument where the shooting took place from the disagreement. A lot of the people that were there fled the scene and did not stick around to give a statement. So we're asking them.
So I wanted to let me jump in and this comment from Letitia. Hello, Letitia. Letitia says they was closed though, but he was just outside the door. They were not closed. That is a lie. That is a lie. They were not closed. And you know how we know they weren't closed? Because there's video footage of people entering and exiting the billiards and ballroom. I promise you, when private events occur at restaurants, they don't leave the keys to the party goers. There is manager there. There is the party organizer who is usually there on staff so they can close out the check at the end of the night. And there is wait staff who serve the drinks and food. So they were not closed. They were indeed open. That statement from the police came directly from 810 Billiards and Ballroom And it was a lie to cover themselves because they know they are negligent by continuously serving alcohol and liquor past their liquor license hours. They stated that they are closed at 1 o'clock. They should have been closed at 1 o'clock. The door should have been locked at 1 o'clock. Their staff should not have been there to witness that, and no one should have been there to even have that to have occurred. So no, they were not closed. Although people were gathering outside, that establishment was indeed open. Okay, I just want to make that abundantly clear. This is from YMV. YMV says the person filming is probably desensitized to violence and black. What does that mean? K-Melly Ghost says, yeah, who's sticking around after that? I don't know what that means. This is from Letitia says, exactly, but they lying. Like, we can't see that they were clearly open. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But remember, the police didn't know that because the police were they were on the scene. The police are not on, the police ain't us. They're not on Twitter and stuff, seeing this stuff unfold. They were just there. So when they, go to the establishment, like, what happened? Well, they only can take what the restaurant tells them. But they know for the subsequent days after when things started to unfold, they're like, no, y'all wasn't open. Y'all was definitely open. You guys were definitely open. So they straight cap coming from the restaurant.
To either call us at the homicide division at 713-308-3600. Or if they would like to remain anonymous, they can call Crime Stoppers at 713-222-TIPS. We're looking for any information at this time, any videos, any information. We do know that the media has received a lot of phone calls, text messages, Twitter, tweets, vines, videos. We need all of y'all to send those to us so we can solve this case. We're looking for anything to help us. From there, as the chief said, we want to find justice for this family. They're going through a lot right now. And the only thing that we can do is hope that y'all reach out and assist us in any way to lead to evidence that will help us to apprehend and get charges and arrest on the person responsible for the death of Takeoff.
Thank you. Let me say something right quick just to follow up. I just want to say something to our city, it's Houston, and every brother and sister in the neighborhoods. I'm calling you to action, to step up. There were 40 people at least at this event, and people left possibly out of fear. I ask you one thing, and I want this to resonate with everybody. What if it was your brother? What if it was your son? You would want somebody to step up. So please step up.
He's absolutely 100% correct. He's this sergeant. He's absolutely 100% correct. And this is what we've been stating since the beginning. This is what we have been stating since the beginning. You old church mouse Baptist B words that I really want to say. The ones who are like, let it go, let it die out, give it to God. No, that's not how investigations work. There were 40 people at this event, and the cops have barely spoken to probably 10 people out of fear. There's probably tons of video footage that need to be sent to the police, or at least released so the police can get their hands on it. Stop living in that age-old premise where we got to bury our heads in the sand and just give it to God. Stop doing that. Stop living like that. That's why people live out of fear and never have abundance, because they're so afraid. Those people, those jazz princes, whatever kind of weird name that is, or J princes, and Rap-A-Lot and Mob Ties and all those people, they're not going to do nothing to you. They're banking on the fact that you're afraid. And your fear is only going to allow them to get away with whatever this heinous thing was. Stop living in fear. Just talk to the police. Okay? And if you're hanging around seedy people that make you fear for your life, consider new friends. You are a product of your environment, and you are the company you keep. Stop keeping bad company that it's only fun when it's fun, but when it gets dangerous, you got to hide. What kind of friendship is that? I would hate to have friends that like that if something bad went down, I got to go hide and shelter myself. No, I don't want to be around people like that. That's not fun. Really fun about that. Come on, give me a break. Give me a break. Give me a break. Let me get some of your comments because I see them going. This from April says, see, that's why we needed to see that video. Important information on that. What, where, who, why, and how. That's correct. This from Tish Jones says, and Jay Prince connections and Clout. This murder will definitely be solved and resolved quickly. It may be sacrificial lamb, but it will be someone. It may be a sacrificial. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. This from Bailey. What's up, Bailey? Says, do you believe the girl's story of what happened? She had on the Girl Scout outfit in the pictures where she was standing next to Takeoff. Part of what she said was validated by the second vid on TMZ. Yes, I do believe her. And I reached out to her as well. Hopefully I can hear from her. This from Just a Conversation said, hello. This is from Salethia. Hello, Salethia from Facebook. Welcome from Facebook. Says, hell, he's correct. My brother was taken, and that destroys the lives of families. I know, and my condolences go out to you and your family. And yes, he is absolutely correct. This from Cammy on the Go says, black men stepped in like, nah, these people need to hear what we saying. That's right. That's right. That's right. This from Letitia says, I know 810 got good surveillance in the mall too. Why haven't they released it? Good question. Maybe the cops want to have it first, because that's usually how an investigation works, right? They're not going to release that when they're part of the investigation, but typically, like people who like shoot videos, they will release theirs first to the public. Someone else has videos of that night. Absolutely, I know they do. What's from Taurus season says, I think it's crazy. The most unproblematic person always catches the bad end of the stick. Me too. Taurus season. Me too. It's just, oof, this is bad. Let me get back into the video, okay?
Get the information to us so we can bring some closure to this family who's hurting right now. Commander, come up and translate for us. Thank you.
Muy buenas tardes a todos ustedes. Antes que nada, le queremos dar el sincero pésame a la familia de la víctima. A nombre del jefe y del alcalde.
I want to let the translation go through for people who maybe have a second language, right? And they need to hear it in Spanish. So I'm going to just let it play through, okay?
Les mandamos nuestras oraciones a los seres queridos de esta víctima, que ha sido identificada como Karshnik Ball. Tenía el apodo de Takeoff. El jefe de la policía hace unos minutos habló con la mamá de este individuo. Le dio su más sincero pésame en persona, y también le dijo la mamá cómo era una persona de paz. Y toda la información que hemos obtenido hasta este momento indica lo mismo, de que este individuo era una persona tranquila, que no era violenta, y que simplemente estaba en ese lugar donde había una reunión privada. El lugar de los hechos fue en el 1201 de la calle San Jacinto. El lugar se llama 810 Billiards and Bowling, que en español es billares y boliche. En el tercer piso, aproximadamente a las 2:34 de esta mañana, sucedieron los hechos. Al terminar el evento privado, salieron del lugar, y afuera de las puertas de este negocio fue cuando hubo alguna disputa, una discusión. Alguien produjo una pistola y fue baleado esta víctima. 2 personas adicionales también sufrieron heridas. Están en un hospital local y van a sobrevivir sus heridas. De nuevo, a nombre del alcalde y a nombre del jefe de la policía, le hacemos un llamado a la comunidad, no nada más a la comunidad musical de hip hop, pero a toda la comunidad, de que lleguemos al final del uso de la violencia con armas de fuego. Un llamado para que entre todos se resuelva este caso y le demos justicia a la familia.
Y'all need to stop. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with no Spanish translation. We live in America where people speak more than 2 languages. Okay, so let me fast forward a little bit because I feel like he got the bulk of what he needed to say out, and that is it for our Spanish translator. I'm gonna go back to this guy. He's about to finish up here. Okay.
Y le demos justicia a la familia. Una vez más, si había 40 personas mínimo en el lugar, si alguien huyó del lugar por temor, les pedimos, por favor, comuníquense con la División de Homicidios al 713-308-3600. Y si quieren permanecer anónimos, háblenle al 713-222-TIPS, DIPS. Chief, you want to open up for questions?
Just a note before turning back over to Chief Fenner. As you have heard, this was a private party last night of about 40 people. In that group, somebody or people know who the actual shooters were. And let me just ask, like has already been asked, that anyone who has information on the shooters to provide that information to HPD and let us solve this situation. Let us bring justice to this family. But I'm asking for any of the persons who were at this private party that know that have information on the shooters. Please provide that information to HPD and let us solve it. We will solve this particular case. We will find the shooters, but information provided will help to expedite that. But we will. I do want to extend my condolences to the mom of Takeoff, to all the family members of Takeoff, to the families and friends. So I do want to, I want to do that, because it doesn't matter how famous you are. You may not be famous at all. Anybody who loses his or her life is a life lost. And there are family members and friends who are grieving as a result. What I've consistently said over the last several months is that I'm concerned with this age group, young group between 16 and 24, let's say 16, 24, 16 and 30. There are too many young men of color that are killing young men of color. And we do need to have that conversation. We do need to deal with it head on. This was a private party, private event coming at the end. And then we have the shooting, and now one person is no longer with us. And it's not just in the hip hop community. And I just don't want to demonize this group, but it's across the board with this demographic, where people are no longer resolving their disputes or their arguments through a fist fight. But now everybody has access to guns. And so when there's a disagreement, people pull their guns and they start shooting. And then someone or people are fatally shot and killed, or people are injured. And that's unfortunate. In my day, you have a disagreement, fist fight, and you deal with it. In this day, if there's a disagreement, in those few seconds when the emotions are running high, people pull their guns and then they're shooting. And as a consequence of that, we have too many young men of color that are being injured or fatally killed, and their future is cut off, and family members and friends are left to mourn. This does not have to be our reality, and it need not be our future. And so as it relates to this particular incident, what I would say to the people in this city and even beyond, we will solve this crime. Let us solve this crime. Let us bring the persons to justice, and we will. And then we will continue to move to make our city a safer city. It's disappointing after putting in place One Safe Houston, which is still in place, when the numbers are trending in the right direction, when homicides in the city of Houston are below, 11% below last year, when the numbers of violent crime in almost every category are down in comparison to last year. But one incident, one loss of life through shooting is one too many, irrespective of the numbers trending in the right direction. So just wanted to let people know this particular crime will be resolved and it will be addressed. But if you have any information for those in the hip hop community, to those who were there last night, please provide that information to HPD and then let us work to quickly resolve it. Thanks.
Thank you, man. Yes, go ahead.
There is some speculation on social media that Takeoff may not have been involved in the beef of whatever went down. Is there any indication that he was caught in some sort of crossfire, or even perhaps shot by a associate of his?
I don't want to speculate, but I do want to say, based on what people say about him, he's well respected, non-violent. I would not expect him to be involved, okay? But I do want to wait on the investigation, but we have no reason to believe that he was involved in anything criminal at the time, just as people describe him, a very peaceful, loving, great entertainer.
Was there a dice game going on when this happened? Was that the root of the altercation?
That's still part of the investigation. I don't want to speculate on that. I want to determine that, and we're still on the early stages. It's only happened a few hours ago, I meant to say. So.
Okay, let me get some of your comments because he's getting into the press conference now, which is the important part. So we got to turn our little listening ears on. Also, y'all, I was in the back. I was tearing these ribs up. Tearing these ribs up. Okay, let me see what y'all can say. Hello, everyone who just joined us. Thank you for saying you love it here. For all the newcomers, welcome. Welcome. Let me get some of your comments. This is from Corina. What's up, Corina? Says, hello, Steph. I'm in the cut like a Band-Aid. Just listening. And there's 36 people in the building. Only 70 like, come on, y'all, smash that like button, man. Smash that like button. Stop hating on a girl. Okay, this is from Nicole. Says, I didn't see how someone could hold a camera so steady during the shooting. I would have ran away petrified. Yeah, listen. Some people got nerves of steel. This from Totally Anonymous. Are you though? It says it's completely lawful to carry. Therefore, just because they have footage of someone with heat doesn't mean that they're the perpetrator. They may have pulled out to protect themselves and others. Correct. You're absolutely correct on that. Thank you for that. Totally Anonymous. YNV says it's time for law enforcement to revamp with current society. They are taking too long to solve crimes. Too many cold cases. They have expedited by using social media. No, you're correct. And you're correct. There's no disagreement there. There's no disagreement there. This from Katrina says DJ Academics already solved the case. DJ Academics, girl, you must be new here because you must not know who DJ Academics is. So I'm gonna just let that comment slide, and I'm gonna hope it's a joke. This from Wink Badu says it's so heartbreaking altogether. Yes, it is. Melanin says, do you think Takeoff's family will sue the venue? They should, and they probably will. Takeoff has an attorney who already put out a statement saying that the family just asked for thoughts and prayers. So if Takeoff's attorney put out a statement, you better believe they coming after that venue. You better believe they coming at the bone is clean. Child, I was hungry. This one YV says, look at all press conferences nowadays. Older, out of touch groups. They have their no ties, but that's a different battle. No, you're correct. This from Emiko. Hello, Emiko from Facebook. Welcome. Said justice truly needs to be served. When my brother was killed, may his soul rest in peace. The guy went on the run, only got 8 years when he was caught, served 4 years. And every year he had to go to Raleigh to state why he should stay in jail. Wow. That is insane. And I'm really sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry to hear about the loss of your brother. This Shalithia says that is Quavo's nephew. I wouldn't give a damn about a relationship with Jay Prince or anyone else in their own camp either. If my nephew would have gotten senselessly murdered like that, HPD would have gotten a smoke signal by now, at least. That's right. And I'm pretty sure Quavo is talking with HPD because there's no way. There's no way. Ain't no way. We know Quavo is talking with HPD. He's working with the investigation. And the reason why we can speculate that is because your statement right here perfectly lined out. That's his nephew. So we know Quavo on the phone with the cops. So ain't no doubt about that in my mind. Quavo laying out all the pieces. Quavo's telling them what he saw from his angle. Quavo's telling them about the argument, the fight, how it happened, when it happened, and so on and so forth. So I know for a fact Quavo is working definitely closely with HPD. And which is crazy because it's so funny that you say that, because I want to get into some screenshots that Nosy Bystander sent me today from an individual by the name of, hold on, let me pull up their name. I'm not going to show them now. I'm going to get through this press conference, but they showed me some screenshots from an individual by the name of, oh, this is too blurry. Hold on one second. From an individual by the name, I can't make out their name. Sauce Walker. I'll pull up their Instagram so you can see them. So I'm gonna just drop this down. We're gonna come back to the press conference, but I want to show you the screenshots we're gonna get into, because this is gonna be a little bit of a long live stream. So I hope y'all brought I hope y'all brought y'all ribs, because we got to get into these screenshots. So let me show you. This is the person of the screenshots somebody sent in today. They go by the name of Sauce Walker 102, and they were tussling in the comments with your boy Jay Prince. So we're gonna get into those screenshots. And shout out to the Nosy Bystander who sent them to me, because they are incredibly important. And while going through those screenshots, guess who else was in there? Whack 100. Interesting. It's interesting. It's interesting. Why was Whack 100 tussling in the comments? So we're gonna get into those. Let's get back to this press conference, because Whack, he makes it abundantly clear when he is in the scene. So I'm gonna get to some of your comments. Whack do Whack stays. What's up, Tiny the Ninja? Whack do stay in some match. Whack always in a drama. That's right. Let me get some of your comments, and then we are going to get back into this press conference, because it's almost done here. This from Totally Anonymous says, let's be real. At least the people at the private event knows exactly who did it in its time. Yes, you are absolutely correct. This is from Blaze says, nah, leave the Steph mic drop. This is from Melanin says, I hope she was trying to be funny. Who, me? This is from Tamiri says, to be honest, Chief is right. Inwards really need to go back to squaring up. Too much unaliving. Yeah, that Chief was right. Yeah, he was absolutely right. This from HD Rainbow. What's up, HD Rainbow says, anyone that hangs out with Jay Prince ends up, ciao, allegedly. Allegedly. This from B Gemini says, I'm not as confident as you are that Quavo is talking to police like that. I am. I definitely am. Because when it comes to your loved one, you're not going to let his death go in vain. And the only people who can help you get that person justice, you're going to talk to them. You're going to talk to them. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way Quavo's not working in connection with the police. I don't believe for a second. So I think he is. When I make these type of suppositions, so let me just explain this first. A supposition is simply just an assumption, but suppositions are a little bit more precise because you're using anecdotal evidence to lead you there. So you have to take the framework like this. Quavo and Takeoff are incredibly close. Quavo watched his incredibly close relative pass away in his arms. Quavo wants to make sure that it can be assumed that Quavo wants the person who did it to be brought to justice. The people who are the ones arbiters of the justice is the Houston PD. So to assume that Quavo is working with Houston PD to get his family member justice is a correct assumption, right? That's how you make a supposition. If I said Quavo is working with Superman to get justice, you'd be like, Steph, that makes no sense, because it doesn't, right? Superman is a fictional character who doesn't live in this realm of reality, and so he has no vetted interest in getting justice. So making that type of supposition that Quavo wants justice for his family member who he watched die, and the only people who can give that to him are these people, it's safe to assume that he's working with them. You see how we do that? That is the correct supposition. And there's no street code in that. When it comes to emotions, when it comes to watching something traumatic unfold in front of your eyeballs, it's safe to assume that you're going to work with people who are going to help you deliver that justice. Okay. So when you say, I don't believe that, put the suppositions together. It's not what you believe, it's what you can prove. Everything we talk about on this show has zero to do with emotion and everything to do with logic. So we have to only make logical assumptions, not emotional ones. Okay? That's all I'm saying. We make logical assumptions, not emotional ones. Okay? This is from Yada. What's up? Yada says it's many of the Prince's dudes, J Prince Jr., Jazz Prince, and Baby J. Who was whack. Child, let's not even get into him. Duke the Jeweler was off too. He was. I was finally called live. What's up, Redbone? All right, let's get back into this press conference. We're almost done.
Go ahead.
Either you or the detective, based on the shell cases that you found there and other information, how many firearms were used in this incident?
At least two right now. And with the processing of the scene and we trace casing. So, we're in the process of doing that.
So it sounds as though the suspect or suspects were at this private party.
We believe so. Go ahead.
Outside or inside?
Outside.
And Chief, you mentioned that you don't believe that Takeoff was involved in the altercation. Are you confident saying that you don't believe Takeoff may have been the intended target here?
I'm not comfortable in saying that. I don't want to speculate, not at this time. Go ahead.
But based on the comments of young men killing black men, do you think this individual is the suspect might be younger than say 20?
I think they were probably all in their 20s. Okay, but again, I don't like speculation. We want to wait until we nail it down. I want us to all understand the family is hurting, and I don't mind the questions. I mean, that's a part of it. But if we send our family, our loved ones who are looking and listening on a roller coaster, that's what I always caution against as the police chief. I want to make sure that we're taking them into consideration, but we are gonna, bottom line, mark my word and mark it. This great city with our great citizens, with our police department, we will find who's responsible for it. Go ahead.
Chief, artistic roots to hip hop run very deep in this city. Are you a little surprised that 40 people have not stepped up and
I don't want to judge them at this moment right now. I want to call them to action. And the mayor said, and this is very important, and I don't want my message to get twisted up either, because sometimes people take a portion of what you say and they take away from the context of the message that you're trying to bring. It's not just hip hop. It is that age, and we need to give them some help. We've done a lot of things in our city. We need to cultivate them, be there and support them. Now, there's a few in any population or any community that are just evil, and that's a very few. And I don't know the backgrounds of these people. Let us find out who did it. Let us do our investigation. But those individuals that I've talked about that are committing crime after crime, don't know if this is the case here, but we do have at least two individuals pulling triggers around here. We're going to get them in custody, okay?
Chief, I know you mentioned that.
Let me get her, and then I'll come back. I want to get, and then if we got time, we'll get back. Yes.
Right now, no suspects, no one detained. Any idea? I know there's some surveillance footage out there.
We're viewing it as part of the investigation, and that may uncover something. But the best thing that we have, because even if we have a face, the best thing somebody can stand up, because somebody knows exactly who it was. And I'm really confident that somebody's going to step up. Anybody over here, and then I'll come back to you. Go ahead.
Did the argument?
And I'll come back to you.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Did the argument start at the party, or was it an argument or a disagreement that had?
That's still part of the investigation. At some point, I think there was a disagreement on something, and we're still trying to determine that and work that out. But again, once we determine it, we'll put it out there. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Chief, is there anything you can share with us about the private party?
I don't know right now, just the private party at that location. That's going to be part of the investigation. We need to talk to management. We need to talk to individuals who were actually there. A lot to go in this investigation, still early on. Go ahead, Cynthia.
Chief, could you just talk a little bit about, where this fits in sort of broader picture of what Houston's been dealing with for the last couple of years, right? I mean, the mayor did mention.
I don't think it's St. John, it's just Houston. I think it's society. And I've said this probably 1,000 times, over the last year and a half or so. Nobody knows, okay? This thing with COVID, criminologists are going to be studying this here for years, So go ahead, Mayor.
Let me address that, because I want to make it very clear that this is not a Houston unique situation. And I know all this year and all these months, people have been trying to make this a Houston unique situation. Just this morning,
So I want to get to this comment before we finish this press conference. We only got 6 minutes left. So this comment here by Danny, hello Danny, says you can serve liquor till 2:15 in Texas, even if you were open for a private event. And thank you for that information, because we don't know that, right? And so we appreciate you chiming in. Except there's a number of things working against the 810 billiards and bowling. One, their hours of operation are at 1 o'clock. So even if they decided to stay open, right, till 2:15 minimum for their private event, right, they've already told the police they were closed. We told the police we're closed. These people were outside of our establishment. That is a lie. There's video footage, tons of it, of people walking in and out of the 810 billiards past 2:15 a.m. They're lying. They were indeed open, because if they were closed, right? How was the door open? Why was the door open? Okay. So I just want to make that abundantly clear. They were open and they lied to the police and said they were closed. So it doesn't even matter if their hours of operation says they close at 1 a.m., but for this event, they decided to stay open until 2:15. They still lied. Because this event, right, this horrible accident occurred well past 2:15, and those doors were swinging open. Okay, those doors were swinging wide open. So no, honey, that's another lie. Okay, this is from Jayla. Jayla says it's BYOB after 2:15. Even so, you can't have a BYOB at an establishment with a liquor license. I don't know if you guys know that or not. You cannot have bring your own booze at an establishment who has obtained a liquor license. Only establishments who do not have liquor licenses can host events that are BYOB, right? Painting parties, coffee shops, right? That stay open after hours for like music events. Not liquor established establishments, right? That you can't do that, okay? Okay, so they have the footage. I don't know if they have it, but I do. I don't know about Houston PD, but I know I got it. And I got tons of footage of people coming in and out of the establishment after the shooting. This is from Anita says, it's no way they should had the low level security with them. They are major celebrities. Security should have been top notch. What were all those random people doing there for a private party anyway? Well, let me correct you there. So it's a private event, which was a birthday party. There was only 40 of their closest held friends. Jay's, because it was Jay's birthday. So they're 40 of their closely held friends. So it wasn't just random people. That's what makes this event so tragic, because it's a birthday party and everyone knows each other. So that's what makes it even sadder. Does that make sense? Because it's like having security at your grandma's birthday. You know what I mean? You're like, that's unusual. This is why private security is unusual. But great synopsis. This is from Mrs. Tuffy says, because they didn't have the permits and insurance to cover the private event past normal hours. I don't know that. We would have to look up their license, which we can do. It's a matter of public record. We can look up their license and see. So when it comes to insurance, they have insurance. Okay. They're in a building in a multi-million-dollar complex, right? They're renting a space there. They definitely have insurance. And two, the permits come with the liquor license. So if you guys have never worked in the service industry, you're probably not going to know the ins and out of a liquor license, but let me break it down for you a little bit. Okay. So your liquor license in your state and then within your county establishes what you can do. It says that you can have happy hour. It establishes what kind of liquor and or beer, wine, or spirits you can serve, because there's some people who have limited liquor licenses and they only serve beer and wine. Some have only for beer. Some have only for wine. Some have beer, wine, and spirits. Okay. And also within that liquor license, it allows you to be able to serve liquor for private functions. So it's all in one. It's not like you got to go out and shop for different licenses. No, it's an all-encompassing license. Liquor licenses are not purchased. They are auctioned. Okay. So let's make that abundantly clear too. Some cities and state and locales will have a number of liquor licenses available because of old prohibition laws. So for example, if Houston had 10 liquor licenses that can only circulate at one calendar year and a restaurant closes, then the surrounding restaurants who want that liquor license have to bid on it. Houston wouldn't create an 11th one, right? They wouldn't do that. They'd be like, one is down and now it's up for auction. So that's how liquor licenses work. So they have a liquor license, and that liquor license is all encompassing. And I imagine that all encompassing liquor license allows them to serve liquor at private events, because most of them do. So that makes sense. So they are licensed and they are insured. So there you go. I hope that covered that for you. This one, HG Rabiel says, I'm in Texas and some bars serve until 4 a.m. If you have your own liquor, they serve mixed drinks. Wildly illegal. This is from La Cobra says, I don't know. They didn't search the individuals prior to allowing them into the event. According to one of the event goers, they did search them. They did search them. And when she says them, she means the ladies. That's what she meant. The gentlemen were not searched. So they were the ones carrying all the toolies. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Let me get some one more question. We're gonna get back to the press conference. This is from Nitha said, but even so, Steph, why would these major celebrities even be surrounded by so many people? For example, Drake has been there many times, but he never close proximity to randoms that, you can't, you guys, here's the thing, and great question, but I can't answer that. I don't know how well Quavo and Takeoff knew these people. They probably knew them incredibly well if they went to this party. You're seeing what I mean? So you calling them randoms to you, but not to them. Does that make sense? And everyone is the arbiter of their own level of safety and comfort. So you're saying those are randos, but what if that's not random to Quavo and Takeoff? They're like, these are my people. You see what I mean? So don't call them randos because you don't know that. That's random to you, not random to them. Okay. I want to make that abundantly clear. Let me get back into the video and then let's begin.
I'm looking at all the crime stats of all of the major cities. Okay. Houston is not the worst city. Far from. Okay. Every city in this country is facing issues. But the good news in this city, what I can say, is that we are trending in the right direction. We have 46 fewer homicides this year than we had last year. If it was 46 more than last year, you'll be hearing about that. And you would be reporting on that. But no one is reporting that we have 46 fewer homicides this year than the same time last year. Homicides 11% below where we were last year. But I will say this was not an incident that happened at just like in an open club where people can come in and come out and nobody knows everybody. This was a private event. And based on the investigative, about 40 people. It is important for the hip hop community, for everybody else, for the city, for the family. It is important for those who have information on who the shooters were to make that information known. There's a responsibility and accountability on all of us to do that. And that's why I want to deal with the subject matter, that there are too many young men of color that lives are being cut short from other young men of color. And that has to stop because that's tragic. And so I want to again to plead to the persons who were there, who have information on who these shooters were. Give HPD law enforcement that information so we can solve this situation sooner rather than later. So you don't have others out there trying to solve it for themselves. Okay? We owe that to Takeoff's mom and to the family. And I want the mother to know and the family members to know that this city is praying for them. And we value their family members' life. Okay? And we intend to solve it. And that's why we're all standing here. We intend to solve it. Okay? Because these type of shootings just can't happen, and then we move on to the next one.
Thanks, Mayor. I'm gonna take a couple of more. Somebody who hadn't asked the question yet. Go ahead.
Was his uncle Quavo there when the shooting occurred, and is he working with investigators?
I'm not sure exactly who was there. We're gonna determine that. I don't say that anybody hadn't been working with us. It's just happened 2:30 a.m. this morning. So we expect family members and everybody to work with us, and we'll get with you on that. Who was it? One? Go ahead.
The two people who were injured, were they shot also, and were they friends of Takeoff?
We don't know the relationship right now. We just know that they're in a hospital. I think our investigators had an opportunity to briefly talk with them, but they're being tended to. So we'll get back at them maybe later on today or tomorrow.
Were they shot also?
Yes. Go ahead.
Chief, I wanted to go back to something you mentioned earlier. Outside of the blanket call for evidence and people to come forward, that's kind of what we're used to hearing. I felt like you had a moment there where it almost felt personal here. And I'm just curious for everyone to hear one more time. For the dozens of witnesses who saw this play out, what is your message to them?
You asked for my personal, and I don't like to put it on Troy Fenner, but I'm proud of my city. I love this city. I love this department. And I know the heart of our people. I spent the majority of 55 years in this city, and I know what we're about. So that's what I'm trying to wake up. And if I got to do that and calling people, that's what I want to do. And it is personal, but it's not only personal for this incident. Anybody that's killed in our city, like our mayor has said time and time again, you take it personal. And I don't know how a chief of police don't take it personal. Now, it may, I don't have any gray hairs, I'm bald headed, okay? It may do that to me. May add a little bit of stress, but you know what? I don't know how police chiefs in our nation don't care. And I can tell you most of them care as much as I care. But I got a lot of strong men and women on our team, and we're going to get justice for this family.
And for the witnesses who saw this play out, what would you ask them?
Just step up. Real simple. Just like I said, I've always said, people, what if it was your family member? What would you want them to do?
Okay, so let me get some of your comments really quick, and I want to get over to those screenshots. So this is from Danny. Danny says, I'm aware of the tab U policy. They gave you 15 mind grace periods to patrons. That's why they make you throw them away at 2:15. Correct. So all statements correct, everything you said correct, except the establishment said they were closed. Okay. I don't know how to kind of make that any more clear to you. If I tell you that, or if you ask me for a ride home and I tell you I don't own a car, and the next day you see me in a car, there's no way to explain around that. That means I do possess a vehicle. I just probably lied to you. Okay. The establishment lied to the Houston police and stated that they were closed and that the people at this horrific event were merely just outside dilly-dallying and causing a ruckus. That is not the case. They were open. They were open. They were open. Okay. So I don't know how else to break it down for you. I feel like I've broken down enough to you, Danny. And if you have not quite understood that the restaurant lied, then I can't help you any further into this. It's just case closed. They lied. There's no getting around it. Okay. Let me get some other comments here. This from YMV says, this mayor is definitely in touch to hip hop culture and others. Sir, the footage is literally worldwide. The shooter should definitely identified from the inside of the venue because there was 40 people. That's correct. This is from Quinta. What's up? Quinta says, what does Maria mean by like the Prince family don't control HPD? I'm not entirely sure. I hope they reply back to you. This one totally anonymous says liquor license doesn't matter. The owner's probably connected to the majority of the attendees and allows a lot of things that their establishment wouldn't. Correct. Let's be for real. Totally anonymous. You're absolutely correct. Let's be for real. They kept it open because it was Takeoff and Quavo and all those other huncho, quality control rappers. Let's just be for and rap a lot rappers. Let's be for real. They lied. Okay. They lied. They lied. It's that simple. They stayed open because those are their people. This from Danielle Taylor says, I think she meant HPD could be a Prince's payroll. I don't think so. He ain't got his money ain't that long, y'all. His money's not that long, you guys. His money's not that long. It's not that long. As desperately as people want to believe that, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. Let's finish this out and then we're going to get over to those screenshots. Actually, we don't have to finish this out because unless you guys want to finish it out, there's about 2 minutes left. Yeah, let's just play it.
So simple. Let's get it.
I was just gonna ask you.
And I'll come back to you.
Speaking of the personal angle, from your office, you can clearly see Green Street, probably the spot where this happened. In general terms, though, downtown, the entertainment district, this is highly unusual, no? Especially when you consider all the fans here for the World Series too, who may be looking at this from afar, thinking, what's going on?
We want to put it in perspective. Crimes can happen anywhere, but don't forget, private event. And I'm not trying to diminish it in any. It's a private event. It's not a random just out on the street. So I want people to understand that. Got a great city with a lot of great people. We're gonna be fine here. We got work to do, and I'm gonna take 2 more because all my investigators are behind me and they got to get back. Okay, I'm gonna get you, and then I'm gonna come back at you. Okay, it's all right. Yes, ma'am.
Did the party end at 2:30, or was this group outside for quite some time?
I'm not sure on that. I hope events are ended at least at 2 a.m. That's part of the investigation, but I know the shooting did occur outside. Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
Chief, at this time, do you guys know how many times Takeoff was shot?
I don't know right now. Unfortunately, he has to. The autopsy will take place, and I don't know. Probably sometime tomorrow they'll get that information to us again. I don't want to speculate, but again, in closing, pray for that family. Pray for everybody involved. His mom, I don't know her, but my heart goes out to her, and people don't understand the human element, and that's what we want these young men to think about. Stop just pulling the darn trigger. Think, calm yourself down a little bit, but that's what we got to work on as society. So thank y'all. All right.
All right. And he's right. He's right. Hold on one second. I got barbecue sauce on my nose. Hold on. Let me switch the screens and then we're going to get into, let me stop sharing that screen and I want to get into these other screenshots. Okay. Okay, so before I get into these screenshots, let me read some of your comments. I saw that they were going. This is from Anita said, the Prince family is well known in each town. To you, you think that, but they're not. Listen. For some strange reason, most of the stories I cover are from Houston. I know families with longer money in Houston, and I promise you, it is not the Prince family. Okay, it is not the Prince family. It's those big uber mega churches that are running Houston, not a bunch of low level rappers. Okay, so let's be for real. Okay, let's be for real. It's not the Prince family. It's the Potter's house. Okay. So I just want to just make sure we have that established. The Prince family does not, will not, and has never run Houston ever. They're just a bunch of rich people that y'all know, but they don't know nothing. Okay. They're not connected to the police. They don't mess with the police. They're insiders in the police. None of that. If you want real corruption, allegedly, look at those super giant mega churches, including the Potter's house, because honey, they money is long. And when I say it's long, it goes from the prosecutor's office to every single police department, to every single jail, to all the comptrollers, to the judges. That's connected to the city, not Jay Prince. So cool your jets on whether you think his reach is long. It ain't. Not even close. Not even close. It's not as close as you think it is. It's not even he couldn't hold a candle, right, to connections the way the Potter's house does. So what you think is a connection, indeed is not. He's just known, but it doesn't mean he's connected. There's a big difference. Okay. So let's make that abundantly clear. Stop giving him this clout that you think he had. He doesn't have it. He might have it in Ward 5, but it don't stretch from the south of Texas to the north of Texas. I promise you that. I know whose does, and it happens to be Bishop T.D. Jakes. And I know that because I've investigated that family to the umpteenth degree. So miss me with that. Oh, you don't know him. I don't gotta know him or his family or rap a lot. Okay. Jay Prince is a nobody when it comes to Texas politics, the ins and outs and connections. He's a nobody. And you know how I know he's a nobody? Because I don't know him. Okay. Because I don't know him. I don't know him. I don't know him. Okay. I don't know him. So he's a nobody. All right. You said, now the Potter's house is balling. Okay. Let's be for real. Let's be for real. Let's be for real. Okay. The Potter's house. And for all of you saying, because I see here in the comments, that's Dallas, not Houston. That's how ignorant most of the people in the comments are. The Potter's house is a satellite church. For those of you who don't know that. And a satellite church means that they have branches in different cities. Because I don't think y'all knew that. I don't think y'all know that there's 5 Potter's houses in the state that I live in, all owned by the T.D. Jakes family. And well across the Carolinas and California, including Colorado. So y'all, that's how out of tune y'all are. Y'all honestly think that Jay Prince has that much clout. Come on, be for real. Be for real. Be for real. Be for real. Come on, y'all. Open your eyes. Okay. Having street cred is not connections. Okay. There's a tiny difference. Having street cred has nothing to do with, do you have connections? Nothing. Okay. So sorry to check y'all on that, but he's not as connected as y'all think he is. He just has street cred. Okay. He has no connections, right? He has no connections. Can Jay Prince right now call the president of the United States and go to a correspondence dinner? Can he do that? Has Jay Prince ever led the National Prayer Breakfast in the Rose Garden at the White House? Has Jay Prince ever been nominated for any sort of accolade or award at the Kennedy Center? I'm waiting for answers. Oh, but TD Jakes has. I'm just waiting for y'all to respond. Hello? Can y'all hear me? Yeah, I didn't think so either. Okay. Get a foundational understanding before you start saying stuff that's outlandish, because you're definitely going to get checked here on that. Jay Prince is a nobody because I don't know him. Okay? So just stop with that. Stop with that. You guys are conflating clout with connections. Clout and connections. Clout and connections are two different things. Okay? Those are two different things. And Jay Prince does not have that. Okay? So be for real with yourselves. Okay? Be for real. Be for real with yourselves. Okay? Just say, I live in Houston and everybody knows him. That's it. And that's okay. And I'm sure a lot of people know him. But don't come in here and saying, oh, he's so connected. Is he connected to the HPD? No. Are you serious? Do you know how big the Houston Police Department is for one person to try to control that? Be for real. Be for real. Be for real. Wake up. Be for real. Be for real. Okay. This from Tish Jones says, not sure how the Potter's house was brought into this, but for this type of murder, Jay Prince would likely find the guilty party faster. Good. He could. But doubtful. This from Silver Senorita says, no, but among hip hop, Jay Prince is respected. Yes, but that's not connected. Got it? Steph, you are in a bubble of not in that hip hop world. So you think. Okay. Silver, so you think. Having respect, having clout, having street cred is not connections, you guys. They're not synonymous. They are not synonyms of one another. And I think you guys are getting that conflated, but let's get into these screenshots. So in these screenshots by, what is that guy's name? Sauce Walker, he posted this and he said this on Instagram. He says, this one hurt. We came into this together, same time, same dream, regardless of what we've been through. Takeoff, a king. Takeoff, a king. Real no. You ain't deserved that. Wish y'all was with me in Houston. Huncho, I love you, brother. And sorry or condolences. Ain't enough words to explain this loss. This a L for Houston and an L for hip hop. If you look below, you might not see it because it's kind of tiny. Jazz Prince chimed in and says, Sauce, what you trying to say? So you know us, we nosy. And shout out to Nosy Bystander who sent it to us, because honey, we had to get all up into the thread. Now a bunch of people were commenting on it, and they were basically saying, these are just the random comments. People are like, he's saying that you didn't protect them, and he wished that he was with them that night because they would have been protected. Now, all of these comments are the same, except when we get to Sauce Walker, he replies back and he says, I said it already. My number don't change. He said, I said it already. My number don't change. Like, you can call me. Jay Prince never replied back, and neither did Sauce. It was just a 2 even exchanges. But then I kept going, and I was like, when I saw Whack 100, because of course, you know, he's so messy, he just gonna show up in here. So let me scroll over to where I see him. So Whack 100 joins in and says, your response was extremely real. Because, you know, Whack, he just nosy. I don't know what that means, but he was there. He wasn't there at the event, but he was in the comments. He was definitely in the comments. And I want to know if Jazz called this man. A lot of people have been saying that. Now that is the sentiment across the entire internet, that Jazz did a really poor job at protecting guests in his city, right? That's your city. These are your guests. How'd you let one of them pass away? You know what I mean? How'd you let one of them pass away? They're your guests. They're the guest at your event in your city, coming out to hang out with you. How was one of them? How did you let one of them pass away? Right? Let me get some of your comments. This is from Danny says, and keep in mind, Texas, there are after hour spots. That's correct. This is from Sir Twin, says Shakur Stevens, the boxer who was at the shooting, is managed by Rap-A-Lot. Who? Silver says, Jay Prince Sr. is very well connected, not to mainstream media, but on the you don't know what you're talking about because it's out your league. It's not out of my league. That's what you think. This from Blissful says, I literally never heard of Jay Prince before this. How could y'all tell them? Could y'all please tell them? Blissful, tell them. Nobody knows this person outside of Houston. And they say he's so connected. Connected to what? If he's not known outside of Houston, is he connected? That is the question that I think is eluding a lot of people in the audience. If you are not known outside of your city, are you actually connected? The short answer is no. You're not. You're not connected. No one knows you. There are plenty of really good examples of what connected looks like. And Jay Prince is the worst example. I'm talking about Jay Prince Sr. and Jazz Prince, both of them. The worst example of what connected looks like. Not connected, okay? Not connected, you guys. You guys are living in a fantasy world. This from Sir Twin says, I'm sure it's powerful people in other states that call shots we never heard of. As Texas residents, Jay Prince is well connected. He's not, though. Chick Me says, Steph, you are wasting your breath. They don't I don't think they do. Not connect, not at all connected. There's no connection. This is Jay Prince, and this is reality of connection. Neither of these two fingers will ever meet. Okay. Jay Prince connections, not meeting. He's not connected. He's just well known in Houston. You guys, there's a big difference. There's a big difference. Phyllis said, who's Jay Prince? Girl, a nobody, apparently, outside of Houston, Texas. This is from Twin Souls. Says, I think Mayweather is affiliated to Rap-A-Lot boxing as same as secure. I think, unless you can prove that. I suppose that's an assumption. This is from GGC says, if I were them, I would quit the whole industry. Agreed. This is from Cherie. Attitude says, didn't something like this happen before at another party? It did. It happened to Duke the jeweler. Same scenario. May his soul rest in peace. May his soul rest in peace. It's quite tragic. This one, Tiny the Ninja says, I heard his name in some other celebrity mess, and everyone was saying the whole he's connected stuff. They don't explain it seems. They don't explain. He says Suge Knight is connected. He's not, because if Suge Knight was connected, he wouldn't be in jail. Suge Knight is known. Suge Knight is not connected. There's a difference. Totally Anonymous says he's respected, connected in all raps, and in rap, y'all. Just rap. That is the proper response. That is the response that we were looking for. He is respected and connected in rap, y'all. Just rap. And I think people are conflating it to he's just running the city. He's just running the city. He's not. He's not running the city, you guys. Unfortunately, he's not like you think he is. But the fact that he's got this chokehold on your perception of what he does means that whatever he's doing, it's working. But he is not connected to any portion of the city other than his namesake and his connection to rappers. And I think that's what people are misconstruing. I think that's what people are misconstruing. They just don't. They don't. Lil Wayne, for example, back in early 2020, he was facing 10 years in federal prison for a gun charge. Endorsed Donald Trump, got a pardon. Lil Wayne is connected. Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference? Let me explain. Lil Wayne was convicted of a gun charge and was to serve 10 years in federal prison. Endorsed Donald Trump in 2020, got a pardon. Lil Wayne is connected. Do you see the difference? I hope you do. I honestly hope you do. I honestly hope you saw that connection. That is a connection. That is a connection. That is a connection. If you can call the president-elect who is running for president, right, for their reelection, and tell them, I will endorse you for a pardon. You are connected. Because I don't have Donald Trump's phone number, but apparently Lil Wayne does. That is connection. That is connection. And I'm pretty sure Lil Wayne dropped a pretty penny into Donald Trump's reelection campaign for that pardon, which is totally legal. He can do it. Okay? That is connection. That is connection. Stop conflating Jazz Prince, or the prince of whatever to being a connected individual. He's not. He's connected in rap and namesake only. You have to get into the realm of reality here at the Nosy Bystanders. You have to be in the realm of reality. We don't live in a fantasy land over here, you guys. I'm sorry. And we're not going to placate to your delusion of what you think connected is in order to pacify how you feel. We don't do that here. You have to be in reality. I cannot be in reality for all of you. I can't. So you're going to have to just come down a little bit. and get a foundational understanding of what it means to be connected. Okay? So stop. Okay? I need y'all wake up. I need y'all to wake up. Okay? Wake up. Stop. Just stop. Okay? Just wake up. All right? And be like, wow, this man's not as powerful as I think, because he's not. He's not. All right? Okay? He's not. And this is a message from Danny Olive says, you have to go through him to do anything in music. Correct. Music. Now, when somebody asked earlier, doesn't he have HPD on lock? Basically the Houston Police Department. You said through music. He does not have a connection to Houston Police Department at all. Does he know some people who work there? Probably. Could he wield an entire investigation in his favor if it turns out that he has something to do with it? No. He does not have that power, because that requires connection that he doesn't have. Okay? That he doesn't have. He does have a connection to music, but he does not have a connection to the Houston Police Department to be able to wield an entire nationwide eyes on, focus on case in his favor if it turns out that he has something to do with it. He does not. So wake up. Okay, we live in reality here. This from Chick Me says, you're proving my point. Oh, you're talking to Maria. Sorry about that. This is from Tor Season says, Kodak did get a pardon. I think Kodak is also connected. You're absolutely right. If you could call the president of the United States in the middle of his re-election campaign and get a pardon, you're connected. Okay. You connected. Let's be for real. You're connected. GGC says, that's how it is when the mayor give you the key to the city. They, to me, get special privileges. Correct. Sir, correct. Sir Twin says, I'm from Boston, living in Texas, and I know the full Prince Sr. got what? I know the full Prince Sr. got. How do you know? Do you know him personally? Have you seen the pull that he has been able to amass? Or is it just speculation and rumor? Or have you been able to physically witness what pull he has? Or is it through speculation and street gossip? Because there's a difference. If you can't prove it yourself, it's nothing but gossip. If you can prove it yourself, then it's fact. Okay. It's from Just Bougie says, just tell them he's connected in the city and make them happy. Child, no. This from Twin Soul says, if we want to connect with Jesus, we have to go through TD Jakes, I guess. He has more connection than us. Yeah, right, child. The Jesus that come as you are. You ain't got to go through no man to get to Jesus. At least that's what Jesus said. This is from Danielle. What's it? Danielle says, I believe you, sir. Talking to me, I'm a lady. Says, I'm not about to try to tell nobody in Texas what goes on in their own city, because I don't want nobody telling me about what goes on in Los Angeles. Correct. Maria says, why y'all always bring TDJ up? Because he's connected. He's a good example of connection. But that's all I have for you guys. This is a very long live stream. I am going to finish my ribs because, honey, I've been smacking on these bones all night. We're going to be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Now, before you go, don't go. Okay? I saw y'all creeping out. Hold up. I got something to say. All right? I just want to make sure y'all ain't leave. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to be discussing this video in question. Hold on, let me pull it up because you need to see it. Hold on. if you don't know who these goobers are, they happen to be the LaTruths. This is Mr. LaTruth and this is Mrs. LaTruth here on the side. And if you guys don't know, these two individuals have been, for the entire calendar year, been bastardizing each other across the internet, stating that they were in a domestic violence situation, that one of them is abusive, and so on and so forth. And now here you see they're both together eating home fries at some disgusting diner. So we're going to get into them tomorrow. Also, I want to let you guys know we are a Black-owned media company, and we have purchased a television network called the Nosy Bystanders TV. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but we are connected, and we do have a website. Let me pull it up here for you. We have a website. Damn it. Don't go. I see y'all trying to creep out. So if you guys didn't know, we're a Black-owned TV network. Okay, we have a television network. We just purchased it. We are on Roku. We have tons and tons of different shows that you can watch. Support Black-owned media. Support us. Don't y'all want to support us? Tons of creators on here. Lots of exclusive deep dives that we do from the Nosy Bystanders on the network. You can watch all your favorite type of shows. Download us on Roku, Nosy Bystanders TV. And tomorrow, we're going to get into the LaTruths. We're getting into the LaTruths tomorrow. We're getting into the LaTruths tomorrow. Okay? We're going to close that story out and bring it full circle. And I promise you, tomorrow's video will not be monetized because there's going to be a lot of swearing going on. Okay? Lots of swearing from me. And I'm certain lots of swear words from y'all. Okay? Tomorrow, we're going to break down exactly what occurred with the LaTruths and how we ended up here. All right? So I'm your host, Chief Nosy Bystander. I will see you guys tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, back here on YouTube, okay? And meet us over on TikTok for the after show. I'll talk to you guys later. Again, I'm your host, Chief Nosy Bystander. Thank you for watching Nosy Bystanders Live. I'll see you guys later.